everyone, welcome back. So today I will be chiseling some chains, and as you can see before me I have done the stages, so if anyone wants to take a screenshot they can do so. Now before we get started I am going to show you a few bits of the chiseling menu that I didn't cover last time. So as you remember, we right click and then you press F. Now I talked about the sizes of these, but I didn't talk about any of these. So I'm just going to chisel part of that first. And then this is rotate, which will only go in a horizontal rotation, and it's always anti-clockwise. And now then we got the flip, which is exactly like a mirror. It just flips it again horizontally to the other side. Now this is a plus button where you add blocks to. Now the blocks you have when you want to add it has to be in your hotbar, and then you click and it kind of duplicates. Well, no, it doesn't duplicate. It duplicates it when you're in creative, but it will take the block in survival. So when you select it and you right click when you do chiseling, you can add a different block. Now if you want the original block, you just have to go back to the chart. And there we go. Or any of the original block. And then obviously you can set the name. I'm not entirely certain how you you right click. Right. So when you tap the set name, you right click on the block and then you get this. And you just write whatever and it comes up here. I've never actually used this. I should use it, but I don't use it. I guess it makes things easier when you're going about, but for me, I've never needed it. Okay, so I'm just going to set up over here. Now we're going to need 3 blocks initially, but I'm just going to, and I'm going to use the chandelier as a guide for the base of how the width is, because if you chisel a block smaller than what you want attached to it, the thing you want to attach won't attach. It just won't. So I can actually show an example of this. So I just done, oh no, let's do that. And then we want to add that. We can't. It needs a solid ground. See, I'm right clicking that bottom face, but it won't attach because the part that we want to attach to is bigger than what was left. So it just won't attach. So what we're going to do here is choose the second, we want to choose the second size, the 4x4x4, and then we're just going to take off the edges. So basically just on all 4 sides we're going to trim off the voxels. Like so, until we got the first stage done. Right, that's one edge, and then we just do the next edge. And we do that on all 4 sides. It does get a little bit quicker each side you do, because obviously you are taking more voxels off. So essentially now we only have to chisel away 2 bits on this side on the last bit. Okay, now as you see it's quite chunky. So we're just going to go to the 2x2x2 and then do the same thing on all 4 sides. Now, if you do have the planer tool, you can easily do this if you've got the QP Tech ones, but I'm going to be doing it just in vanilla, so you can see how easy and quick it can be. It's quite simple, it just takes a little patience. But if you want to skip ahead, that's absolutely fine. Oh my goodness, we lagged there quite a bit. That's okay. We want this side, don't we? Yes, we do. Now, I won't be time-lapsing any of this video, simply because if anyone wants to join along and chisel with me. Now, I chose in the polished chert simply because to me it looks like rusty metal, and I quite like that look. You do not, however, have to do it in this block. You can go for balsite, any type of block you want. It's really just about preference and what you enjoy doing the most. At the end of the day, this is your world. Do what you love. Alrighty then, I think. Oh no, we still got one side to do. No worries. That's not going anywhere. I can put that on back in a moment. I'll just finish this off. I thought I already done this side, but I guess not. Okay, let's put this back on there. Right, so we got this column. So we got, oh, I think I made it a little bit slimmer. Yes, I did. That's okay, that's not a problem, because what we do here, we go on a single column here, and I think we just put a trim round it on the bottom and the top, just to make it look a little pretty. Like they're little plates at the top connecting to a ceiling or whatever you're connected to. Now you don't have to add this, but I am. So we got that shape now, haven't we? So what we need to do is this. Now this may seem daunting, but it's okay. It's not going to be too much of an issue. So what we know here, it's 3 voxels, and then these parts are 6, and then a 2 voxel gap between them, and then it's equally placed, and then you got a little spare over it. Okay, let's start from the top. Right, so we trim around the block. So as you can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then another 2 for the gap in between. We don't add on material here, we mainly take it away. Now I had changed it to night so you could see it a little better. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the 2 at the bottom is a gap. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 for the gap between the links. And you just do that all the way down here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2 for the gap. I haven't chosen the best material to see this with. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 for the gap. Oh, I cannot see where I've chiseled, and that's an issue. I am sorry. I am all bumps. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and 2 for the gap. Okay. There we go. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't like how that last one is uneven, so I'm going to just push these ones up. You don't have to at all. I'm just a little OCD. It would bug me if I didn't do this. Okay. 6. Right. Now they're all even. And now all you have to do is do the same thing on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 for the gap. Now these are some chunky chains. You can make them smaller, but it's essentially the same concept. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 for the gap. 6, 2 for the gap. If there's anything else you would like me to show you, or I can try to chisel any ideas that you have in mind in the future, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to give it a shot. Now some chains you can have a single gap between links, but if you get them more chunky and more bigger the chain, I would recommend increasing the chain link gap just to make it look a little bit more cohesive. Because if you have like really big chunky chains but only a single gap between the links, it might look like it's just rope other than chains. Alright, so we got one side done. Now I did these two sides because that's the links connecting. As you can see, we kind of got the shape for it. You always want to finish off the opposite side of a side before you continue the next one, so then you can actually see where you're going from. So if we got 2 gaps here, we want a gap between here, so 2 gaps here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 for the gap. You kind of want them connected, so you want it 2 above when you start, and then 2 below off to the next chain, because if you think of the gap, that bit is the connecting chain and that's the top bit of a chain link. There we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 for the gap. What are you doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My goodness, that's okay. See, even I do mistakes. If I can do this, you can do this. Yeah, sorry, miscounting. And then you just continue with the same 6 sides, and then 2 for the gap. And then you just, ooh, I just deleted something. Oh, no. And then you just copy, essentially, the other side and it gets easier the further you go along. There we go, we've got the basic shape of chains. Now what I like to do, which you don't have to do, is just add the gaps to the chains in between each link. And we can just do it on the other side as well. And there we have it. We have some chains. Now, once you've got the basics of some chains, you can actually connect them up like so. Now, you don't have to have it right in the center. You can have it obviously more closer to the wall, but I just copied that one, the middle link, and just adjusted it. Now I'll show you what I did. Now usually when you go inside of a block, you kind of have to add, if I show, obviously I've added the block here, and I kind of did it like a 3D printer would. I did it in layers. So I had it up to this layer here, 3 voxels up, and then I connected this one like so, and then just deleted them once I built that up. Is that so? Well, thank you for your opinion. Oh, did I wake you? I'm sorry, that was one of my cats complaining. She was in deep sleep. And then, yeah, you just... What was I going on about? Oh, yes, you add the layers, and then you have to delete them, because you can't do it, you can't go chisel in an empty space. You have to link them up with voxels first, like so, and then, you know, build around it and then delete the ones you don't want, and then you can continue to add after you're done. Now, you don't have to do these little details. I just enjoy doing those little details. And then this is obviously the smaller version. I'm just gonna... So you can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 1 voxel shorter. And I've made the links 1 gap instead of 2. So you can make them smaller. And you can also do it on the floor for some clutter. Now this is actually 3 blocks, because if I delete this one, as you can see, it didn't actually take the entire thing. So that's a whole block here, and that's another block there. Don't worry about deleting them, because that was just a copy of that. I just took a couple of voxels away to make them look a little bit more broken and a bit more jagged. And that's about it, guys. I hope this was useful or insightful enough for you to create your own chains in your own world. If there's anything I can improve on, please let me know. Or if there's anything you want to know that I haven't discussed here. Alright, catch you later.